Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now today we're going to be taking a look at the best MacBook accessories when you're on the go. So I think the first thing is when we're talking about when we're on the go, how are we going to be carrying around our MacBook safely? As we know, these aluminium cases can be very prone to dents or scratches. So I think the main thing is if I'm going to go to a cafe just to do a bit of work and I need to shove it in an easy carry bag that's minimal, then I will use this sleeve cover here. As you can see, there's a pouch on the front for small accessories like a small charger, headphones, or whatever it may be that I need to carry around. It's very well protected there on the inside, and there is a lip here as well to protect it from those zips. Now, I think the problem is with those bags and the zips that if we're going to be chucking that laptop into a rucksack, which comes on to the next thing, we're going to need a decent rucksack. So this rucksack here has many different pouches. It is a laptop rucksack made for that kind of thing. So if we're going to chuck it in that because we need more accessories on the go, then I would recommend getting one of these sleeves here and not putting it into that carry case there. The reason being is that when it's in a rucksack and it's being moved around a little bit more, the zips, we need to try and avoid the zips. They are more likely to scratch the ends of the laptop. This is just a nice soft case, and you can see here it is very well lined. Now, the next thing is when we're out and about, as we do know, some of these MacBooks do not have many ports, especially with my MacBook Air that I've got here in this video. All it has is two USB-C ports. Both can be used for charging, or both can be also used for plugging in accessories. So when we're out and about, if we have stuff like keyboards or charging and we have our external SSDs or whatever it may be, then we are probably going to want to consider something like a little USB-C hub here. Now, this one is just a Mokin one. I've actually had this now for a couple of years. It just adds some more USB-C-A ports on there. Another USB-C port, which also will pass through as a charger, and also card reader, which these MacBook Airs do not have. So that is helpful for there. There's also a HDMI on the end, which when we're out and about, we're probably not really going to use as much. Now, talking on to the accessory list, sometimes when we are we're out and about and there's no plugs around, but there's USB-A charging sockets in the walls, and we have USB-C chargers, that can become a problem. So I always carry around with me some USB-A to USB-C adapters and also some USB-C to USB-A adapters if any of my accessories do have USB-A and I want to plug them straight into the laptop. So these two variants are always very, very handy to have. Now, let's talk about chargers. So as you can see here down at the front, we have the very typical Apple charger that came with my MacBook Air. However, in these generations, they only gave you a 30-watt charger. Don't get me wrong, it is not the heaviest and the biggest charger. As you can see from this U-green one, it is not that much bigger in size. However, it is bigger. The reason I choose this U-green one here is because it folds out, it's a little bit more compact, but mostly as well is this particular one is a 65 watt. So it will charge it faster, but also the most important thing is if I'm out and about, then I want to carry around the least amount of things as possible. Therefore, the 3 ports on here are very, very important. Two 65 watt USB-C and a USB-A socket there, so I can actually charge 3 things on the go. And if, again, one of them is a USB-C, I can always use my USB-A to USB-C adapter to help me charge. So that comes with that is a nice secure cable. This one here is an Anchor cable. It actually does support up to 240 watts, which you can see in there. It is coated it comes with a nice grip to keep it nice and away. So I know that this cable is going to be hardy, it's going to be quick, whatever I throw at it, which is why I always choose to take that one around. Now, I think the next thing comes along as well is when we're out and about at the cafe, our fingerprints are going to get everywhere, which is why I always recommend some kind of polishing cloth or cleaning cloth. Now, again, we're talking about dry wiping here rather than wet, the actual screen cleaning wet wipes. Yes, you should also have them, but while we're out and about, a polishing cloth just to wipe down the screen without any wetness is definitely going to be a recommendation. Now, this particular one here is actually not an official Apple one. This is one by Blue Swan. It's a Blue Swan polishing cloth. It comes in a pack of 2, and it is half the price of the Apple ones. However, I do know that the Apple ones are also fantastic, but this does the job. It gets your finger marks off extremely easily. So a polishing cloth is always a good idea to have around. Now, when you're out and about, I have included a keyboard here, a wireless keyboard. However, it's probably going to be very unlikely when you're out at a cafe or out and about that you're going to be pulling out a full-size keyboard to start working on your Mac. You're probably just going to use the keyboard on the Mac. However, a mouse is always handy. And I see a lot of these people that are using the more expensive Logitech Pros for out and about, the wireless ones. However, I wanted something lighter and streamlined. This Logitech Pebble, I can literally throw straight in my pocket, and the battery life is absolutely incredible. It connects by Bluetooth as well, so I do not have to connect or use any of my ports. However, if for whatever reason you're having a problem with your Bluetooth, there is a dongle in here that you can plug in, and it just takes one AA battery. I put that AA battery in there. It's the one that came with it, and I bought this mouse about 2.5 years ago. Not had to change the battery once. There you go. That's it. So nice small mouse, and I like it is. Silent click. Very silent click. Not annoying people in the cafe. Next is you're probably, with a MacBook, you're probably going to want to have an external SSD. This particular one is just a SanDisk one. It's just a 500 gigabyte. This is the one that I normally take around with me. Don't normally need, terabytes of storage when I'm out about. It's just something to carry what I'm editing, so I can edit it off on here, put it back onto here, or quite a lot of the time I will upload it straight to my OneDrive. So the next thing as well is sometimes when you're out in a cafe, you might not have access to any ports whatsoever in terms of charging to be able to plug in. So a power bank is probably going to be needed. Now, this power bank is definitely an older one. It is 10,000 milliamps. So again, there's a lot of the modern ones today with fast charging that can hold up to 25,000. And look, I probably would get one of them, and I probably, if you were buying it fresh now, probably would recommend that you buy one of those larger capacity ones. However, I have this. It charges the MacBook while I'm on the go. It does deliver 35 watts of delivery, which is still more than this brick. So it still charges it technically quicker than this one here. Therefore, do I really need to upgrade it? No, it's just to keep the MacBook topped up while on the go, and it will charge it it probably won't give it a full charge, but it will charge it nearly there while I'm there. But I'm not going to be out and about in a cafe there. The battery life on these MacBook Airs are fantastic as they are. I don't really need much more. I couldn't really tell myself to spend another 50, 60 pounds, $70, whatever it may be, on another power bank. The last but not least accessory that I would always recommend when you're taking out and about is a set of headphones. Now, yes, I have here my Gen 2 AirPod Pros, which I just have because they just work so well with Apple. Obviously, it is Apple, a part of the Apple ecosystem, and it is great. They just connect instantly as soon as I put them in my ear. Now, As you probably know, the AirPods are now 2 years old. And you could probably normally get 3 hours or so of time. So if you're going to be in the cafe for longer than that, I always still carry around with me a normal set of old Apple headphones with a good old trusty 3.5mm jack, because I could just plug it in and listen on and continue on to where I left off. So guys, that is all the accessories that I take around with me on the go. Obviously, probably minus the keyboard. I don't always take that, but most of this stuff that I have on the table, obviously minus the keyboard, fits in this travel bag. It has the pouch on the front. Everything fits inside it nice and comfortably. I can normally just carry around this. Obviously, however, if I do need to take my rucksack, I chuck it in there, and everything else then goes in the pouches on the rucksack. And there you go. So guys, let me know, do you recommend anything different on the go? Would you say there's any accessories that you feel I have missed? Or maybe that there's some of the accessories in here that you probably wouldn't take out. I know obviously we've said about the keyboard, that's kind of maybe going a bit over the top. I also don't really think that you're going to be taking a laptop stand to a cafe with you either, which is why I've also missed that out. However, sometimes people do like to get out on the go, laptop stand out, keyboard out, however you like to work. However, on the go, realistically, you're not going to be doing that sat at a cafe table. So guys, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you've enjoyed this video. Give the video a thumbs up, and please do subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. We have a lot of video ideas coming out and a lot more reviews. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.